Ma'am, step out of the vehicle.
Deputy, my name is Maya Dorsey. I'm reaching for my
I
license
said step
right
out.
now.
Hands where I can see.
My hands are visible. Here's my ID. You're welcome to take it.
Out of the car, now.
I'm not resisting. I'm presenting identification as required by law.
Your car matches a burglary call. We can do this easy or
Deputy,
hard.
this is a traffic stop. Your body camera and mine are both recording. Am I being...
A racist deputy shoved a glowing yellow taser toward a quiet black woman sitting in her own car on a lonely Arkansas road. He yelled that her face matched a burglar. He threatened to drag her out, right there under the sunset, while his backup whispered that this looked bad. But what this deputy didn't know is that the soft-spoken woman he was bullying, the one he mocked, lied on, and tried to intimidate, was one of the most feared civil rights attorneys in the entire state. A woman who once shut down an entire corrupt police precinct with a single lawsuit. And when her real identity surfaced, what happened next flipped the whole department on its head, and the humiliation that followed was so brutal the footage went viral worldwide. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. Now, let's jump straight in. Ma'am, I said get out of the car. Now. Deputy Cole Haverford's voice blasted through the cold afternoon wind, sharp as a knife. His sunburned jaw twitched, and his fingers squeezed the taser like he wanted an excuse to fire it. Inside the small gray sedan, Maya L. Dorsey, a 35-year-old black woman with a calm face and sharp eyes, sat gripping the steering wheel. Her soft gray blazer was slightly wrinkled from a long day. Her seatbelt still hugged her chest. She didn't yell. She didn't panic. She only breathed out slowly and said, "Sir, you have not told me why you pulled me over." Deputy Cole leaned closer, invading her space, his voice dripping with that smug authority some men wear like a badge. "I don't have to explain anything to you, sweetheart. You fit the description. Now open your door before I break the window." Her phone was already recording from the dash. On the footage, anyone watching could see it clearly: the empty road, the falling sun, the deputy's shaking hand, and a woman refusing to be treated like dirt. Maya Dorsey didn't look like someone powerful. That was the first mistake people always made. She lived simply: old car, quiet clothes, unfussy hair. She drove this back road every Sunday after checking on her aging aunt. She carried her entire life in a worn leather briefcase with scuffs on the corners. But behind that quiet face was a storm. Just 3 years earlier, Maya had been the lead attorney on a federal case that exposed a ring of corrupt officers falsifying arrest reports. The case changed state law. She received threats, harassment, even lost friends for it. But she never raised her voice, not once. Her mother used to say, "Baby, you don't need to shout to shake a room." But today, this officer didn't see a lawyer. He didn't see a woman who trained FBI agents on civil rights protocols. He didn't see one of the most respected legal minds in Arkansas. He only saw a black woman alone, on a road with no witnesses. An easy target. Or so he thought. Cole tapped the taser against her open window, little sharp clicks echoing like warnings. "You smell that?" he said loudly, looking toward his body cam. "Burnt weed. Plain as day." Maya blinked. "Sir, I don't smoke. At all." He smirked. "Everybody smokes. Especially people like you. People like you." The knife hidden in a smile phrase. The one Maya had heard her whole life. "Step out or I'll yank you out myself," Cole snapped. "You're acting nervous. Only guilty people act nervous." "I'm acting calm," Maya corrected. But her voice trembled just enough to show she was human. "She's resisting," Cole shouted suddenly, raising his voice for the camera that was supposed to protect him, not her. "She's refusing a lawful order." "I'm not refusing," Maya said firmly. "I'm asking for." "I don't care what you're asking," he barked. His face reddened. His boots scraped gravel as he stepped closer. At that moment, another squad car arrived. A younger officer, Deputy Lane Wickers, stepped out. He was pale, thin, nervous, eyes darting between Maya and Cole. He whispered, barely audible, Cole, this doesn't look right." Cole straightened, puffing his chest like a rooster guarding territory. "You shut your mouth, rookie. I've got this under control." The girl in the car slowly lifted her hands so both officers could see them. Her voice dropped into a calm whisper. "Gentlemen, the law requires reasonable suspicion. You have none." Cole laughed, loud, forced, hostile. "Oh, listen to her. What are you, some kind of YouTube lawyer?" Maya said nothing. She didn't need to. Her silence was sharper than any blade. Cole's insults came quicker now, the way bullies attack harder when they sense someone else watching. "You people always think you know the law," he sneered. "You people always act like victims." Maya swallowed the sting. Being humiliated wasn't new. But being threatened on a lonely road by a grown man with a weapon, that was a different kind of fear. You matching the suspect is enough for a stop, Cole continued. You driving this kind of car is enough. This kind of car? Maya echoed. Yeah, he said. A junky sedan with dents in the bumper. Looks stolen to me. It wasn't stolen. It was Maya's first ever car. She bought it cash during law school. It was old, but it was hers. Cole jabbed the taser toward the door. I'm gonna count to 3. If you're not out, you're getting lit up. Lane Wickers swallowed. Cole, man, come on. Cole hissed, shut it, rookie. 3 fingers held up. 2, 1. And then a sound changed everything. A small sound. Barely noticeable. A vibration. Maya's phone had received a message. A simple buzz. But Cole froze, caught off guard. And Maya, without breaking eye contact, hit a button on her steering wheel. On speaker came a voice. Come. Familiar. Maya? We're tracking your location. Are you safe? Cole's jaw dropped. Lane stiffened. Maya spoke softly. Yes. I'm pulled over by officers who have not given me a lawful reason. The voice replied, stay on the line. I'm sending someone. Cole burst into laughter, fake and loud. Sending someone? Who, your boyfriend? Maya didn't answer. Because she didn't need to. And that was when the real shift began. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just a slow, creeping realization in Cole's eyes. He had just messed with the wrong woman. But he didn't know how wrong, not yet. Lane Wickers stepped closer to Cole, voice shaking. She's not acting like a criminal, man. And her phone, did you hear that? Someone's tracking her. Cole snapped. So what? Everyone's trackable. She's bluffing. Except Maya never bluffed. Every word she had ever spoken in court was built on truth. Truth was her weapon. Silence was her shield. She placed her hands peacefully back on the wheel. Her breathing steady. Her eyes calm. She whispered one sentence that chilled Lane's spine. Deputy Haverford, this footage will not end the way you think. Cole scoffed. You're nobody. Just another mouthy woman who thinks she's special. Lane breathed. Cole? I don't think she's nobody. The wind picked up. The sky dimmed to orange. The road felt like it was holding its breath. Maya sat in complete stillness. Cole stood in growing anger. Lane trembled between them, torn. The phone remained on speaker, silent now but open. Someone on the other side listening. Someone powerful. Someone coming. Cole slammed his hand on the car roof. This is your last warning. Maya lifted her chin, the smallest movement but filled with fire. Deputy, she said softly, you are minutes away from the biggest mistake of your career. Cole smirked. Prove it. Maya whispered, oh, I won't have to. They will. And just as Cole reached for the door handle, red and blue lights suddenly lit up the horizon behind them. Not one car. Not 2. But an entire convoy. And that's where we end Chapter 1. The sky flashed red and blue, painting the empty Arkansas road like a warning from the heavens. The dust lifted. Gravel trembled. Deputy Cole Haverford's smirk slowly faded as 5 black SUVs roared toward them from the horizon. Not police SUVs. Not sheriff SUVs. No markings. No light bars. Just pure black steel. Lane Wickers felt his throat tighten. Cole, those ain't ours. One SUV jerked sideways and stopped with military precision. Then another. Then the third boxed in the road behind them. Cole tried to keep his voice steady. Probably state police. I don't care who they are, she ain't special. Maya still sat in her seat. Seatbelt on. Hands open on the wheel. Not flinching. Not blinking. Just watching the convoy like she had been expecting it. Because she had. The SUV's engines cut at the same time. A sharp, synchronized click. Then the doors opened. Slow. Heavy. Like a courtroom swinging open before judgment. Out stepped 6 men and women in dark suits. No badges displayed. But the posture, the earpieces, the formation, they were not local law enforcement. They weren't even state level. Lane whispered, Cole, I think those are federal. Cole swallowed, forcing his ego to hold its ground. So what? I didn't do anything wrong. She resisted. I followed protocol. But deep inside, even his arrogance was shaking. The lead agent stepped forward, tall, smooth-shaven, wearing black frames. His voice was low and surgical. Where is Attorney Maya Dorsey? Lane froze. Cole's jaw fell open. Maya finally turned her head, slowly, gracefully, like a judge acknowledging the courtroom. I'm here, she said quietly. And that's when the younger officer realized, Maya wasn't just a lawyer. She wasn't just someone who knew the law. She was someone the law protected. The lead agent approached her window and nodded respectfully. "Ms. Dorsey, we tracked your emergency ping. Are you safe?" Cole's face turned crimson. "Emergency ping? What ping?" "We didn't do anything to her." The agent ignored him. "Your office notified us immediately when your phone triggered the high escalation alert. As per protocol, we responded." Lane blinked. "Her office." The agent continued, "We have been coordinating with the Department of Justice since the threat started. We remain on standby during all of Ms. Dorsey's rural travel." Cole's mouth opened slightly. You're on standby for her?" The agent turned his eyes on Cole, slowly like a predator sizing up prey. "Yes. She is the lead counsel on 3 active civil rights lawsuits involving law enforcement misconduct. She is under federal protection." Maya finally stepped out of the car. Not in fear. Not in anger. But with the slow, controlled composure of someone who knows exactly who she is. Her blazer shifted in the breeze. Her face calm, almost tired. She looked at Cole like she was looking at a problem to be solved. Cole puffed up again, desperate to regain control. "I didn't know who she was. She matched a suspect. I smelled weed." The agent raised a brow. "Is that documented anywhere?" Cole stammered, I haven't written the report yet." Lane whispered loud enough for all to hear, "Sir, she never smelled like weed." Cole spun toward him, furious. "You shut your mouth." A female agent stepped between them. "Deputy, say one more threatening word to your colleague and you will be detained." Cole froze, humiliated. His face twisted into something ugly, fear pretending to be confidence. Maya folded her hands in front of her. Her voice steady, "Deputy Haverford, you pulled me over without probable cause. You escalated without reason. You threatened me with a taser. You mocked me. You lied on your own camera." Cole shouted, "I didn't know who you were." Maya shook her head. "That's the problem. You didn't need to know who I was to treat me like a human being." Lane lowered his eyes. The words hit him harder than they hit Cole. Because he knew she was right. The lead agent turned to Lane first. "You step back. You are not under investigation." Lane exhaled in shaky relief and stepped away. Then the agent turned to Cole. "Deputy Haverford, you are being detained pending review for potential civil rights violations." Cole's face drained of color. "What? Detained? For what?" She refused to comply. The agent tapped the body cam strapped to Maya's dashboard. "For this, all of this." Cole shouted, "You can't do that. I'm the law here." Maya spoke softly, "No, deputy. You're holding a badge. That's not the same thing." That line cut deeper than any taser could. Lane looked like he wanted to disappear. Cole shook with rage. The agent signaled another suit. They stepped behind Cole, taking his arms, not violently but firmly. Cole tried to yank away. "I am a deputy of—" "You are under federal review," the agent interrupted. "You do not have the authority to resist." His voice cracked. Humiliation filled the empty road. Not for a moment, but for a memory that would haunt him forever. A truck approached from the distance, a farmer returning home. He slowed when he saw the scene. Then another car. Then another. Rural roads talk. News spreads. Phones come out. Cameras record. And for once, Maya wasn't the one being recorded like prey. Cole was. His face burned red as people watched the deputy get walked away by 2 suits. The taser he once held like a threat now hung useless at his side. His authority melted into dust. Lane swallowed. He walked toward Maya, voice small. "Ma'am? I'm sorry. I should have said something earlier." She looked at him gently. "Then say something now. Not to me, to your department. To yourself." Lane nodded slowly, tears threatening at the corners. Yes, ma'am." Maya leaned against her car for a moment, breathing in the cold air. Her hands were steady. Her heartbeat calm again. But there was a deep tiredness behind her eyes, the kind that comes from fighting the same battle over and over. The lead agent approached. "We'll escort you home, Ms. Dorsey." Maya nodded. "Thank you." Cole, now handcuffed and shaking, stared at her as the suits loaded him into an SUV. "You ruined my life," he hissed. Maya stepped closer, not threatening, not angry, just sorrowful. "No," she whispered. "You ruined it the moment you chose fear over respect." Cole looked away. He had no answer. Maybe he never would. Lane stood near the fence line, watching the sun drop behind the trees. Maya walked to him, her voice soft as the wind. "You're young. You can choose who you become. Don't let today be just a memory. Let it be a lesson. Lane nodded, tears finally falling. It will, ma'am. Maya placed a hand on her car door, paused, and looked back at him, her silhouette calm against the fading light. She spoke one final sentence. A sentence that would stay with him forever, echoing long after the convoy disappeared. Power is not how loud you shout. It's how you choose to treat people when no one is watching. And with that, she closed her door, started her engine, and followed the protective convoy down the long, quiet Arkansas road. A road that tried to break her, but ended up revealing her strength instead. If you felt this story, subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories, and tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were in Maya's position?